Batman Arkham Asylum, which released in 2009, marked a significant milestone in the gaming industry by delivering an immersive experience that truly made players feel like the Dark Knight. Developed by Rocksteady Studios, this action-adventure game plunges players into the depths of Gotham City's infamous Arkham Asylum. Now, let's dive into what makes this game a standout in the superhero genre and what created a new standard for superhero games going forward. Batman Arkham Asylum's narrative captivated players with its masterful storytelling and faithful representation of the Batman universe. By setting the game almost entirely within the confines of Arkham Asylum, Rocksteady crafted a tightly focused experience that allowed for deep exploration of Batman's psyche and the complex dynamics between him and his rogues gallery. The story unfolds with it starts with a great intro, in my opinion. Something about the intro of this game is just very memorable. From the first time I played this game years and years ago, I always remember the intro to this game. It's just something that has stuck with me. And then the story has good pacing. It gradually escalates with the stakes as Batman races against time to foil the Joker's diabolical plans. Along the way, you'll meet the iconic characters of the Batman franchise like Commissioner Gordon, Scarecrow, Killer Croc, Poison Ivy, and of course, Joker. The story of Arkham Asylum will keep you invested, interested, and you'll be wanting to make it to the end to see how it all unfolds. Batman Arkham Asylum's gameplay was excellently designed, seamlessly blending combat, stealth, exploration, and puzzle solving into a cohesive and satisfying experience. The free-flow combat system with its fluid animations and responsive controls immerses players into the role of the Dark Knight as they effortlessly dispatch wave after wave of enemies. However, on that same note, the combat system, while fun, can make the game also a bit too easy at times, since you only have 1 or 2 buttons, maybe 3 buttons that you have to press into a fight. Most of the time though, you can just go around and you can press a button and you'll absolutely just destroy a bunch of enemies that are grouped up together. And it's fun, and it gives you a little bit of a power fantasy when fighting enemies, and it's kind of like you're Batman, but then again, it's also kind of gets rid of some of the challenge. Now, there are harder enemies where you have to do more counters, or there's undodgeable, or not dodgeable, but you'll have to dodge attacks instead of like counter attacks. So instead of an enemy going to punch and you counter it, you like grab their arm and punch them or something. You'll have to like roll out of the way because an enemy is charging you and you can't counter it. Overall, the fighting in combat is fun, but sometimes it just makes the game a little too easy. On that note, it's the game's stealth mechanics that truly stand out, challenging players to embody the Dark Knight as they utilize gadgets and environmental hazards to neutralize foes from the shadows. The level design is also well thought out, with each area of Arkham Asylum presenting its own unique challenges and secrets to uncover. Whether navigating the sprawling outdoor courtyards or navigating the claustrophobic corridors, the vents, every location is meticulously crafted and brimming with atmosphere. With a plethora of gadgets and upgrades to unlock, alongside extensive Riddler trophy challenges that demand keen observation and puzzle-solving skills to conquer, Batman Arkham Asylum ensures that players are constantly engaged and invested from start to finish.
Wait up, I'll watch your back.
Now, Batman Arkham Asylum released back in 2009. So when it released back in 2009, it visually looked stunning, with graphics that brought Gotham City and its inhabitants to life in breathtaking detail. The Gothic architecture of Arkham Asylum is rendered with meticulous care, with each villain and hero also rendered with great detail. While now it may not be as visually stunning or amazing as it used to be back in 2009, it still holds up fairly well today. At least it does in my opinion when you max out all the settings. On top of the graphics, the game's sound design elevates the experience with a haunting musical score that perfectly captures the dark and brooding atmosphere of Gotham City. From the sinister whispers of the inmates to the bone-chilling laughter of the Joker, every sound serves to immerse players in the world of Arkham Asylum, making for an unforgettable experience. And something about the main theme, the main soundtrack of this game, the main menu soundtrack is there's just something about it that's just so good. At the heart of Batman Arkham Asylum's success are its characters, each brought to life with expertly crafted performances and writing. Batman himself is portrayed with a depth and complexity rarely seen in video games, grappling with his own inner demons as he battles the forces of darkness that threaten to consume Gotham City. With Batman voiced by the one and only Kevin Conroy, may he rest in peace. But it's the villains in the game who really steal the show, with standout performances from Mark Hamill as the gleefully psychotic Joker and Arlene Sorkin as the unhinged Harley Quinn, with all three of them voicing the same characters as they did in the Batman animated series. You have the menacing presence of Killer Croc in the sewers to the puzzles of the Riddler. Each character is given their own moment to shine, adding layers of depth and intrigue to the game's narrative. It's a testament to the talent and dedication of the developers, the writers, and the voice actors that make these characters feel so authentic and compelling, elevating Batman Arkham Asylum from a mere video game to a true work of art.
I really need to get me some new shoes.
Move up.
In conclusion, Batman Arkham Asylum's enduring popularity can be attributed to its masterful storytelling, innovative gameplay, stunning presentation, and faithful adaptation of the Batman universe, by delivering an experience that truly made players feel like the Dark Knight. Rocksteady Studios set a new standard for superhero games that they would continue to evolve for the next couple Batman games. To me, this game is kind of like the Iron Man but for games. So like Iron Man for superhero movies weren't really they were a thing, but they weren't doing too well. There was like a few of them, they weren't doing too well. Then Iron Man came along, the Iron Man movie with Robert Downey Jr., and then all of a sudden the superhero movies, they just boomed. They just started booming, they just did very well, and it set a new standard for superhero movies. That's kind of what this game did for superhero video games. It's superhero video games. Now there was some good ones before this, but a lot of them they were either okay or they were just kind of bad. And this game set a whole new standard on what superhero games could be like. And that doesn't mean that all superhero games that came after this game met that standard. I mean, some of them were pretty bad that released after this game. I don't want to point any fingers to any particular superhero games, but some of the Spider-Man games, they weren't doing so well. I'll just say that. But even with this game's success and example of how to make a superhero game, of course there was still a small wave of superhero games that were just complete cash grabs and just completely terrible, like Thor games, the Thor games that came out, the Green Lantern game. But I digress. There's a whole nother thing about officially licensed movie games, and they just never seem to work out for the most part. But anyways, whether you're a longtime fan of the Caped Crusader or simply someone looking for a good superhero game in a sea of garbage, Batman Arkham Asylum is a must-play experience if you've never played it. And it has earned its place as one of the best Batman games to ever release. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video, so hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment below, tell me what you think about Arkham Asylum game. Have you ever played it? What do you think about it? And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button because you want to be subscribed, and I'll see you next time.